Picture this. It's late at night. You're sitting in the dark glow of your monitor reading yet another terrifying headline. Or maybe you're just watching ChatGPT instantly whip up a task you used to get paid to do. And in that quiet moment, a very real, very uncomfortable thought creeps in. You kind of look around and wonder, am I next? If you're feeling that late night anxiety right now, believe me, you are definitely not alone. Will AI take my job? That's it, right? That is the exact question everyone is thinking about, but maybe we're a little afraid to actually type into a search bar. Look, it's completely valid to be worried right now. We're watching this massive real-time technological shift happen, and man, it feels incredibly personal. Okay, let's dive into this, because right now we are being fed two very extreme stories. On one side, we've got the AI doom narrative, shouting from the rooftops about AI replacing jobs left and right, and how we're literally all going to be unemployed. They're trying to scare you. Then, on the flip side, the AI Utopia crowd promises AI will only create beautiful, amazing new jobs, and everything's totally fine. They're just trying to reassure you. But honestly, neither side is being fully honest. In this explainer, we're going to look at the actual data-backed middle ground. No panic, no false comfort. To give you the most accurate picture, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the data on AI jobs, look at the jobs most at risk, and identify the jobs AI cannot replace. After that, we'll cover historical patterns of automation, new AI job opportunities, and wrap up with exactly what you should do right now.
So, part 1, the data on AI jobs and what the research actually says. I gotta warn you up front, when we talk about AI and employment, the initial numbers from major institutions are genuinely alarming. But they're also super complicated.
300 million. Yeah, that's the staggering estimate from Goldman Sachs for the number of global full-time jobs that could be partially automated. A number on that sheer scale, it absolutely demands our attention.
Then, the World Economic Forum drops this absolute bombshell. AI could displace 85 million jobs by the year 2025. A figure like that absolutely validates the anxiety you might be feeling. It's huge. But wait, the World Economic Forum didn't just stop at displacement. They also projected a counterweight, and it's a big one: 97 million newly created jobs. So we aren't just staring down a cliff here, we're actually entering a massive economic transition. And here is the nuance that completely gets lost in those terrifying headlines. Years ago, Oxford researchers famously claimed 47% of U.S. jobs were at high risk of automation. But actually, scratch that, they overestimated. Why? Because of this crucial concept: task automability. AI is almost never replacing an entire job from top to bottom. Instead, it's replacing individual tasks within that job. So the real question isn't, can AI do your job? It's, what percentage of your daily tasks can AI do? And does that make you redundant or just way faster? Which brings us to part 2, jobs most at risk, and the patterns of disruption. There's a very distinct pattern to where AI applies the most pressure. These jobs tend to share 3 things: highly routine tasks, high information processing, and very low physical unpredictability. We're talking data entry, basic customer service, junior copywriters, even paralegals doing document review. It's literally even touching standard radiology scans. Now, these are highly skilled, white-collar roles, but they're vulnerable because their core function relies heavily on pattern matching and information retrieval. And, well, that is exactly what AI does best. Now, it doesn't mean every single person in these fields is getting instantly fired. No way. But it does mean fewer people will be needed to do the exact same amount of work. Let's flip the script to part 3, jobs AI cannot replace, the human advantage. When we look for the roles AI really struggles with, we find jobs that demand deep human interaction, creative judgment, and a whole lot of physical unpredictability. Think about plumbers, nurses, therapists, or trial lawyers arguing in front of a jury. What do they all have in common? They require genuine human context and physical presence. When we talk about jobs AI can't replace, this brilliantly illustrates it. AI cannot replicate embodied physical judgment, nor can it build trust through a genuine human relationship. Interestingly enough, some of the absolute safest jobs out there right now are the manual trades that society has kind of undervalued for decades. Moving on to part 4, historical patterns of automation. To really understand our future, we have to look back at the cycle of disruption in our past. There's actually an optimistic case here that absolutely deserves to be heard. Because look, society has survived major technological shifts before.
The calculator didn't eliminate accountants, it just changed what accountants did. The spreadsheet put a few stubborn bookkeepers out of work, sure, but it highly rewarded the ones who adapted. The internet destroyed video rental stores, but it created cloud engineers and SEO specialists out of thin air. The aggregate number of jobs doesn't just vanish. But remember, the transition is real, and it can be painful. The people who lose the old jobs are rarely the exact same people who instantly get the new ones.
Which leads us directly to Part 5, New AI Job Opportunities. The truth is, the jobs of tomorrow are already materializing right in front of us. We are seeing completely new adjacent roles that barely even existed 5 years ago. Prompt engineers, AI trainers, AI ethicists, synthetic data specialists. But honestly, the real secret here is that the biggest shift is that every existing profession is simply developing an AI-augmented version of itself. The AI-assisted doctor, the AI-augmented teacher. Working with AI is fast becoming your biggest career advantage.
Let's wrap it up with Part 6, what you should do now. Let's move from all this macro data to a very practical, micro-level action plan that you can start using today. Here is your playbook. First, learn to use AI in your specific field, like right now. Being fluent with AI is quickly becoming the main difference between the person who stays and the person who gets let go. Second, invest heavily in the skills AI is worst at: deep human relationships, ethical reasoning, leadership, and hands-on physical skills. And third, please stop getting your analysis from clickbait headlines. The real picture is far more complex and highly dependent on the specific tasks you do every single day.
Ultimately, the core truth of this entire transition is this: AI is not coming for you. It is changing what you do. Whether that change is a terrifying threat or an incredible opportunity is entirely within your agency. You have the power to steer this.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. But before we go, I want to leave you with one big question to chew on. What about deepfakes? Next time, we're diving into something even more alarming. We'll look at what deepfakes are, how incredibly good they've become, and why you have almost certainly already seen one without even knowing it. Make sure you stick around for that one. See you then.